actually, I want to hear about your top examples of people who just really, it was just a terrible fit. They really regretted retiring. It was just not good.
Well, a couple people in the book come to mind. One is Rabbi Naomi Levy, who told me that, and she gave up her job as a pulpit rabbi so that she could do some other things, and then missed it and worked out kind of a hybrid plan. And she said that she told me a story about a congregant going to her saying, I'm having these issues. I'm sort of okay Monday through Friday. I feel all right. I'm, busy. And then on the weekends, I kind of fall apart. And she said, well, tell me about your weekday routines and then about your weekends. And his weekends sounded like mine, where he's jittery, he paces, he wonders what to do. And, in my case, then I always, let me check my email. There may be a column. Somebody just sent in a great column idea. So she concluded that he was somebody, and that there are many of us who just need structure. And without structure, we're miserable. And I think a lot of people just, belly flop into retirement without giving much thought to how they're going to spend that time. And I think that can be a mistake for people who need routines. And I think that the other person who comes to mind is the woman you just mentioned, Nancy Schlossberg, who, you're right, she has those 6 classifications of retirees. She thinks I'm a continuer. That's one of her classifications.
Yep. Where
you continue doing in some form what you've always done. Maybe you teach, maybe you're a mentor, maybe you serve on a board at some kind of maybe you show up at a high school and talk to students who work on the newspaper. But she said this, that in retirement, to find happiness, you need to, first of all, have a bit of a plan. You need to figure out a way to find purpose and passion and matter. Because in our work lives, whether you're a teacher, a nurse, whether you're digging ditches, no matter what, you're doing something and people expect you to be there and you're making a contribution. And you need to matter to somebody even in retirement. And she said, it's okay if that's the dog who needs to be walked twice a day. It's great if it's your grandchild who needs help with, dental surgery or something, and paying the bills, or, going to work on the board of a nonprofit that you care about. But you need to have a purpose and a passion. And she has found people who just didn't have it. And she says also, this is great advice. Retirement is like pre-retirement. Plans go awry. Things happen. You need to embrace ambiguity and roll with the punches. So I think that was all very good advice. And one last person comes to mind, a woman who worked in the patent department at a toy company in L.A. She was a clerk, and she could not wait for retirement. She quit on a Friday. They gave her a big party. She woke up, jumping for joy on Saturday. Sunday, it's like, oh my God, my new life is all spread out in front of me. Monday, she wakes up with nothing to do. She hadn't thought it through, and she couldn't think of anything she wanted to do. And on Friday of her first week of retirement, she called her boss and said, I made a big mistake. Can I come back? And she worked 4 more years.
How old was she?
She was like 60s, I believe, when she first retired.
And just literally got it so wrong that within a week she was back at work.
That's right. And I think there are a lot of people who, it's not quite what they thought it was cracked up to be. And back to Rabbi Levy, she had great advice on that. If you have some picture in your head about what you're going to do, she advises that before you cut the cord, you sample the dream. Whether you take an extended vacation and see if you really do want to learn how to fly an airplane or play the piano, give it some time and make sure that that's going to be a pursuit that keeps you engaged and makes you feel like you matter and you've got purpose before you tell your boss, hey, I'm out of here. And, you might have a better sense of how you're going to find happiness in retirement.